Assalamu alaikum students. Today we are going to start chapter number 2, vectors and equilibrium. Let's first see the concept map of chapter number 2. So in this chapter we will cover the following topics. The first one is vector. In this topic we will learn about what is vector and how we can represent a vector. What are the things that are required for the complete description of a vector. Then we will study about the product of vectors. There are two types of product of vectors. Then we will study about the tau, that you know that is the turning effect of force, and then equilibrium. So these are the four main topics that we are going to study in this chapter. In the first topic, that is vector, we will study about the rectangular coordinate system and vector algebra. In vector algebra, we will study about the addition, subtraction and multiplication of vectors. And then we will study about how we can determine the vector from its rectangular components. First, we will study about the rectangular coordinate system, and in this topic, we will study about the rectangular components of a vector or mutually perpendicular components of a vector, that you know that the x component and y component. So ax and ay are the x and y components of a vector. Then we will learn that how we can determine a vector from its component. Then theta is equal to tan inverse of ay over ax. So this formula tells us about basically the direction of a vector. Theta tells the direction. We will derive this formula, and then r is equal to ax plus bx square plus ay plus by whole square. So this is the last result of a topic, vector addition by rectangular component method. So we will learn about the vector addition by rectangular component method. This will be one of the most important topics of this chapter. Then we will study about the product of vectors. You know there are two types of product of vectors. The first one is scalar product of two vectors, that is also known as the dot product. Then the vector product, that is also known as the cross product. So see, W is equal to F dot D. You can see there is arrow at above F and D. This means that both F and D are vectors, while there is no arrow above W, that is work. It means that W is not, that is work is a scalar quantity, and it is the result of product of two vector quantities. So if the result of the product of two vector quantities is a scalar quantity, then such a product is known as scalar product. Other examples are P is equal to F dot V, electric flux is equal to E dot A, magnetic flux is equal to B dot A, where E is electric field, A is surface area, and B is magnetic field. In this example, you can see that tau is equal to r cross f. There are vector signs on tau, r, and f. It means that all these three quantities are vectors. So in this example, you can see that the resulting product of two vectors is a vector quantity, where t is torque, that is vector, r is the perpendicular distance between the line of action of force and the axis of rotation. So r is also a vector, and f is force, which is also a vector. So if the product of two vectors is a vector quantity, then the product is known as vector product. Other example as L is equal to R cross P and F is equal to Q V cross V, that we will study in detail later. And the last topic will be equilibrium. So we will study about the two conditions of equilibrium, the first condition of equilibrium and the second condition of equilibrium. The first condition of equilibrium states that sum of all the forces acting upon a body must be equal to 0. So if the sum of all the forces acting upon a body is 0, then the body is said to be in linear equilibrium. For example, book lying on a table. And then second condition of equilibrium states that a body is said to be in rotational equilibrium if sum of all the torques acting upon a body is equal to 0. So if all the torques are 0, second condition of equilibrium is satisfied and the body is in rotational equilibrium. While if the first condition is satisfied, that is all the forces acting upon a body is 0, then body is said to be in linear equilibrium. But for a complete equilibrium, body must satisfy both the conditions. So first topic is vectors. What are vectors? You know, vectors are those quantities which require magnitude, unit and direction for their complete description. Vectors are those quantities that cannot be described by their unit and magnitude. They require direction. Without direction, vectors cannot be described completely. In daily life, as you know that there are certain quantities that do not require direction for their complete description. For example, mass that is measured in 5 kg or 10 kg, where 5 is the magnitude and kg is the unit. While there are quantities, for example, force. So force requires direction. So force is a vector quantity. So vectors are usually represented by an arrowhead. The direction of arrow is the direction of the vector, while the length of the arrow represents the magnitude of the vector. It is measured on a proper scale. Magnitude of vector. The magnitude of vectors is represented by A mod or lightly spaced letter like A, D or V. So look at this figure. Here is a vector. This is the starting point and this is the ending point. The distance or the length between the starting and ending point is basically the magnitude of the vector. Say the starting point is your home and the ending point is your school. So the distance between your school and home is determined by meter rule or any measuring instrument, measuring tape or something. That length or that distance will be the magnitude of vector. The representation of vectors. Vectors are represented in two ways. The first one is symbolic representation of vectors and then the graphical representation of vectors. In symbolic representation of vectors, vectors are represented by bold-faced letters, for example A as you can see, or the vectors are represented by letters with arrowhead placed above or below such as A. This arrowhead can be placed below. So there are three ways to represent a vector symbolically. Bold-faced letter, arrow above the letter or arrow below the letter. And then the graphical method. In graphical method, vectors are represented by arrow. For example, the velocity vector v, as you can see in the figure, its starting point is A and ending point is B. The distance between the point A and B will be the magnitude of velocity, and the direction of this arrowhead tells the direction of the velocity vector v. So this is all about vectors and their representations. We will study the next topic, that is rectangular coordinate system, tomorrow. If you guys have any question about this, the vectors and their representation, you guys can ask in the comment section. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.